Hey everyone, it's Ice from Henny and Ice. In our last video, we revisited the early 2000s dance craze with Adam G. Savani, the legend behind Moose from Step Up. If you missed it, you can check it out right up here. But today, we're rewinding even further, to the late 90s and early 2000s, to talk about the girl who ruled pop, pink crop tops, MTV countdowns, and every high school dance floor, Britney Spears. If you ever blasted Baby One More Time on your iPod or dressed up like her for Halloween, this one's for you. Britney Jean Spears was born on December 2nd, 1981 in Macomb, Mississippi, and grew up in Kentwood, Louisiana. From a young age, the girl already wanted to be a star. She loved performing, singing in church, entering talent shows, and auditioning for every chance she could get. At 8 years old, she auditioned for the all-new Mickey Mouse Club, a show in the 90s that featured a cast of talented young performers known as Mouseketeers in musical and dance numbers, comedy sketches, and other segments. What many people don't know is that the Mickey Mouse Club wasn't just a kids' show, it doubled as a talent incubator. Disney casting directors, talent agents, and music industry scouts regularly attended tapings or reviewed audition footage, looking for young performers who could later be developed into recording artists or actors. When Britney was around 11, Disney casting scouts were touring and holding open calls across the US, especially in places like New York, Atlanta, and Orlando. Britney's mother took her to audition, and she was initially turned down for being too young. But one of the scouts connected her to New York talent manager Nancy Carson, who placed her in off-Broadway shows and commercials until she was old enough to join MMC. That show ended up being a goldmine of future stars: Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Kerry Russell, and Ryan Gosling, all of whom were noticed by either Disney's in-house scouts or music label representatives who kept an eye on the show. But I digress. Back to Britney. Rise to fame. Britney's big break came when she signed with Jive Records as a teenager. In 1998, her debut single, Baby One More Time, dropped, and the world stopped. That music video, the pink lipstick, the pigtails, and schoolgirl outfit became instantly iconic. The song hit #1 in over 20 countries and set off a global pop explosion. Her debut album of the same name, released in 1999, sold more than 10 million copies in the US alone, and made her the youngest artist ever to receive diamond certification. Her follow-up album, Oops, I Did It Again in 2000, broke records with over 1.3 million copies sold in its first week, the highest ever for a female artist at that time. Britney's tours were massive cultural events. I mean, just look at these crowds. From the Oops, I Did It Again tour, to the dazzling Dream Within a Dream tour, and fans screamed her lyrics in packed arenas while critics praised her charisma and choreography. Relationships and personal life. Of course, with superstardom came the public microscope. Her early relationship with Justin Timberlake made her a tabloid fixture. Everyone remembers their iconic matching double denim outfits at the 2001 American Music Awards. Unfortunately, their relationship didn't last, and when they broke up in the early 2000s, the media coverage was relentless. According to Britney's memoir, which she released a few years ago, she says Justin broke up with her via text message while she was on set filming a music video for Overprotected. And then, Justin released the single Cry Me a River in 2002, and its video included a Britney lookalike and themes of cheating. That shaped the public narrative. He was the hurt party, and Britney was placed into the role of being possibly unfaithful. Britney herself said the breakup left her devastated. She said, "I could barely speak for months. Whenever anyone asked me about him, all I could do was cry." The breakup and the public narrative that followed painted Britney unfairly, and the press obsession only grew worse from there. In 2004, Britney married her childhood friend Jason Alexander in Las Vegas, only for the marriage to be annulled just 55 hours later. Then later that year, she married dancer Kevin Federline, with whom she had 2 sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James. The marriage fell apart in 2006, and by 2007, Britney was facing intense media harassment, custody battles, and the pressures of fame all at once. The breakdown in conservatorship. 2007 became the breaking point. After years of constant public scrutiny, Britney, exhausted, isolated, and newly divorced, had several highly publicized breakdowns. And I mean, I get it. The girl had the paparazzi following her every move, often provoking her for reactions. The 2000s were a crazy time, and the paparazzi were wild and had no sense of personal space or boundaries. Anyways, the most infamous moment came on the night of February 16, 2007. Britney arrived at a Los Angeles salon and proceeded to shave her head while over 70 photographers pressed outside the windows and later confronted paparazzi with a green umbrella in a moment that became infamous. That same year, she lost custody of her sons, and in 2008, she was placed under a conservatorship led by her father, Britney Spears. The girl was really going through it because, dang, all this in less than 7 years? From that point, Britney lost control over her career, finances, and even personal choices, like where she could go or who she could see. Still, she kept working, releasing albums like Circus, Femme Fatale, and Glory, and headlining a Las Vegas residency that earned over $130 million. And this means she probably didn't have control over the money she just made either. But despite the success, fans began to sense that something wasn't right behind the scenes. Free Britney. The Free Britney movement started quietly back in 2009 when fans on the website Breathe Heavy began posting Free Britney in protest of the legal conservatorship that had taken control of Britney Spears' life. By 2019, it exploded into a global phenomenon. Hashtags, rallies outside courts, social media campaigns, and major media coverage all rallied around the idea that Britney deserved her freedom. Thanks to their persistent voices, the movement pushed the issue into the spotlight and helped lead to the end of the conservatorship in November 2021. When Britney finally spoke in court in 2021, she revealed the extent of her trauma, saying she had been forced to work, medicated against her will, and denied basic freedoms. This is a segment from Britney during her trial. I'm going to speed this up a bit so that you get the whole story. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney. And by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary. And with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney. So out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. There was a week period where they were nice to me. They said if I don't want to do the new Vegas show, I don't have to because I was getting really nervous. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me. When they said I don't have to do the show anymore because it was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're gonna come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had 1 million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All this was false. He immediately, the next day, put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I've been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that, and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad, really, about anything. I told him I was scared, and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication. Come to my home, stay with me to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my home, and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad. And my dad acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away when my kids went home to Louisiana. He was the one who approved all of it. My whole family did nothing. There were more heartbreaking things revealed during the trial, and after a long and public legal battle, the conservatorship was officially terminated in November 2021. And just when I thought I was ending this video, I see this. I wonder when her family and the media are going to stop with all these stories. It looks like they're pushing a narrative again. Britney is never going to be the same again after all she has been through, and so saying she is dancing in her underwear and all that, like, the girl has been dancing in her underwear since 2023. This is a developing story, so let me know if you want a deeper dive into it. Anyways, back to more important matters. Since gaining her freedom, Britney has been rebuilding her life on her own terms. She married model and actor Sam Asghari in 2022, though they later separated. She released her memoir, The Woman in Me, in 2023, which became a bestseller and gave fans the most honest look at her life yet. She dropped many bombshells, with one being that she became pregnant while with Justin, but that he did not want to be a father, and she chose to have an abortion. Fans then pieced these together by watching the music video to her song Every Time and then couldn't unsee it. You have to get the book to find out more for yourself, though. On social media, Britney expresses herself through dance videos, art, and reflections. The public's reactions can still be mixed, and they make sure to let Britney know in her comment section on Instagram before those were eventually made unavailable. Even though we do not know much about her life now, it's clear she's finally able to live with less restrictions and has had the opportunity to see her children. She's also hinted that she might never perform again, but she collaborated with Elton John on Hold Me Closer, a nostalgic remix of his classic hit that became a global success. Legacy and impact. Britney Spears changed the face of pop music. She bridged the gap between the bubblegum teen pop of the 90s and the more complex, edgy sound of the 2000s. Her influence can be seen in artists like Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, and even K-pop idols who cite her as inspiration. Even today, her songs dominate playlists, her choreography inspires trends, and her story continues to touch millions. Britney isn't just a pop icon, she was pop music in the early 2000s. And that's where Britney Spears is now? No longer just the princess of pop, but the woman who survived it all. From chart-topping hits to hard-won freedom, Britney's story is one of resilience, rediscovery, and quiet strength. If this video brought back memories, hit that like button and tell us your favorite Britney era in the comments. And don't forget to check out our Adam Savani video for more Nostalgia November goodness.